Hello guys, it is Jead and Footies just dropped with a bang. 99s are impossible to pack, but we've already packed one. But the main talking point is the re-release batch and Evos. The game has changed massively, and in my opinion, for the better. We're in silly season now. So what is coming to Footies? What are we saying about the pack grind? What are we saying about the market? Because some of these prices are mental. So let's jump into it. First of all, I hope you're having a fantastic start to your weekend. Let me know what you're getting up to this weekend. I'm off to see my nan after this. Hopefully, you're doing something pretty nice. And were you on the game yesterday for Footies? If you see here, very quickly, we jumped on straight away. We were obviously streaming 6 p.m. And we packed in our first player pick, or our first and second player pick, Suarez, Time Warp, and Yap Stam. And these cards are both discard now, but we tried to sell them instantly, and we absolutely scammed some people. Suarez, 700k, Yap Stam, 400k. We made 1 million coins off the first player pick when these cards are now both discard. That is hilarious. That's why you jump on at 6 p.m. content. But we're going to start with SBCs. SBCs that have pretty much already completed across the board. Because Footies, you guys know, you just get given fodder. And I wouldn't even call it fodder. You're getting given 95 rated, and that's just fodder. Yeah, it's mental. So we're going to go into it. We've got 2 player SBCs. One of them really highly upvoted. One of them really highly downvoted. The 2 player SBCs are Antonio, Di Natale, and this Phil Foden. Now, like with every other promo, the heroes and icons are non-customizable. But the players like Foden, you've seen with like Leonard Carr, they're fully customizable. And they've upgraded the playstyle labs. When we talk about cards like Foden, if you have not seen, any card that fits into the playstyle lab, so Foot Birthday, Footies, National Pride cards, they're now up to 4 playstyle plus. So you'll see people running around with 4 playstyle plus. A lot of you guys were asking me yesterday, is it possible to get 5 playstyle plus? And for pretty much most of the cards, no. The only way you're getting 5 playstyle plus is like the season pass evos. Not possible right now. But again, based on what we said in one of the other videos, we believe it is coming just from what we've seen in the pack code. It looks like there's a leak for in the pack code that they're going to do sort of player picks for 5th playstyle plus items that I think will only apply to Footies rarity cards. Like won't work on Foot Birthday, won't work on National Pride. But if you're doing this Foden card, every Footies is a little bonus. It's got like 5 positions. So Foden got right mid, centre mid, cam, left wing as well. I would play him cam, to be honest. On the wing, he's going to be pretty stinky. 4 playstyle plus. Incisive is a must. Finesse shot is a must. And then on the stream yesterday, I was arguing with some of you guys. We think the best seems to be incisive, finesse, technical, and maybe quick step, or technical and low driven. There's a bit of argument between technical and low driven, but that's what I would go for on my Foden. You can do whatever you want, of course. At the end of the day, it's Footies, boys. Make sure you're enjoying the cards you actually use. The other one there is at the top, Di Natale. So Foden is massively upvoted, 90% upvotes on FUTGG, whereas Di Natale is massively downvoted. And it's to do with the price on both of them. Di Natale is coming in at 300k and has got this card here, whereas Foden's card here is very similar, you'd say meta-wise, and perfect playstyles. And is 100,000 coins. I've obviously completed both of them. What I will say, if you guys were on the game yesterday, you'll know. SBCs, have a price on them, right? There's 300k for Di Natale, it's 100k for Foden. SBCs are basically free right now. Honestly, if you had any sort of pack save, if you're doing any sort of pack grind whatsoever, even if you're just doing token packs, SBCs are basically free. Every single pack you open, even like an 80 times 5, is giving out special cards, which, end up being fodder. Both of those cards are worth completing, in my opinion, because they're so easy to complete. If you don't want to, and you really don't want the cards, fine. I understand Di Natale's stats are not the greatest. He has the 99 shooting, but his playstyle, some people just don't really want. He's missing rapid, which on a striker, some people really want, and first touch. Whatever it is, right, I get it. He's not 5 playstyle plus. He's only 4 playstyle plus. I think you go and complete both of those cards, in my humble opinion. And I think in general, boys, what I would say is from now on with Footies, is just try and complete as many SBCs as you want. Don't go and complete a card that's maybe, like 25 squads if you really don't want them. But in general, the general rule is try and complete as many of the SBCs for Footies as possible. So that goes for gamble packs, which we're going to talk about, and what is coming with casino SBCs. But especially as we get more towards the 85 times 10 season, where, everything's just unlimited, like, forever. At that point, you're going to be completing every SBC anyway, so I wouldn't stress too much. Go and complete Foden, go and complete Di Natale, even if it's just to use for a little bit or throw into a past and present. I've got an idea for stream tomorrow. We're going to do 15 champs games, 15 past and present teams. I can now put Foden into the Man City team, Di Natale, I don't know, into the fucking Udinese team, who knows, but you get the point, right? The other SBCs we got yesterday, and a lot of it's going to be to do with pack grind, now we come to Footies, was 2 of 3 85 rare gold players pick. What I will say is, we opened quite a few of these on my account, of course, but then on the share plays as well. They seem pretty stinky. For how good Footies pack weight is, at least getting, decent re-release cards, they weren't giving out too much. It was pretty much getting 2 golds in every pack. I mean, they're still there, and you should go and do them. Player picks are in, unreal dopamine when it comes to Footies, but I don't know, they weren't that good. The other one we got yesterday was the 1 of 4 93 Festival of Football player pick. Basically one of those SBCs that's got great to the games in. Oh, I think it's got everything but great to the game. It's got Glory Hunters in, Path to Glory, all the cards basically post-team of the season, just not great to the game because EA don't like people getting icons and heroes out of player picks for some reason. They try and keep those to icon player picks, whatever, fine EA. But yeah, so they've got everything in, like Path to Glory, Glory Hunters, Phantoms, all that good stuff. We opened all 3 of them. We again opened some on SharePlay. And once again, the weight was pretty crap. The weight was pretty crap on all sort of guaranteed SBCs like these. What you really wanted to be opening was things in the token store, things in like objectives and season pass, stuff like that. The big boy player picks, that was what was really given out. And of course, store packs, but that's always. And one more thing before we move on, we got Footies Challenge 1 SBC. It's a Prime Electrum Players Pack. It's tradable. Go and do it if you want. You might get a tradable fodder card. I honestly don't care too much about that. But I know a lot of you guys are going to ask, so let's talk about it with SBCs. When are we getting the unlimited grind? Is there a pack grind right now? And they are kind of double-sided, but the answer is, yes, you can do a pack grind right now. You do the provisions, the daily SBCs, into the 5x80s for your commons, into the 84x2s for your rares. You then go and get all your higher rated cards, go into the 85x10s, the 88x3s. These 85 player picks get done as well, and you can go and do that. But there's not really, unless you're using like League SBCs, there's not really an unlimited pack grind right now in the true sense of the word, because EA, like we said, don't do that until later on in footies. I might release a pack grind video on Monday, right, in a day or two when EA release new upgrade SBCs, if I think it's worth it. But the big pack grind stuff comes a little bit later on when we get 85x10s and when we get 84x10s. And also, we might still use, up until we get unlimited, League SBCs if you want to do it unlimited, using Pale Tools, using Foot Genie. But just so you know right now, no, there's not an unlimited pack grind in the true sense of the word when you're thinking footies unlimited pack grind. But let's jump into objectives before we do Evos, because we did get some big objective content yesterday. We got another, as we spoke about, penalty shootout game mode, which is brilliant. Why is it brilliant? Because one, it's a bit of fun. I am 2-5 in the penalty shootout game mode, by the way. I didn't realize it was possible to be as bad as penalties as I am. We played it on stream yesterday, played 5 games and won 2. How is that even? I don't know how that's possible, but we did. Anyway, we've got the Sudden Death Showdown and the Sudden Death Showdown bonus SBC. There you can see my 2 wins there. Really easy to go and do. And you get 12 games a day. Go and do that. You get some nice packs there. Again, these are the packs I'm talking about. The big ones you're likely to get the best players in, the footies players, the big re-release players, because they're just better than the packs, elsewhere in the SBC section. You get here at the bottom, 2x88. The group rewards, you get 5x88. For completing this one here, 5x89. Like, you're just not getting that in the SBC section, right? Go and complete that. It's really nice. But the other reason this is really nice is it's great for Evos. And when we jump into Evos later, huge part of the content with footies and re-release, and some of the new Evos that got released as well in the token store, is brilliant. So having a game mode where you can go and do Evos very easily is very nice from EA. That was the main objective we got yesterday. But we also got ourselves, where is he? A Footies Marco Reus, which takes 60 games to complete. Now, it's not 60 full games in the end of the day. It's kind of like 60 penalty shootout games, as I imagine that's where most people will get their games played. If you play 15 champs games, try and use 3 footies players and you start in 11. If you then go and play the penalty shootout game modes every single day, you'll start to get towards Footies Reus anyway. He's not that brilliant, no. I do understand that. He has 99 shooting, and the stats elsewhere, I'm sure you guys will point out, you have better Evos then. But Footies is not about building the absolute most meta team possible. It's again about things like past and present, getting cards from past FIFAs like Footies Reus. EA have done it a bit weird this year, in my opinion. I'm not sure I like the customizable playstyles thing, but I know a lot of you guys really will, so there you can go and get a perfect playstyles Reus if you really want that. 60 games, it's not too bad. I don't really hate it. We also got Footies Week 1, which is pretty easy to go and do. You can do most of these stuff, again, in penalty shootout game modes, and you get basically free SP and free Footies tokens, which is always nice. They did another one for Time to Celebrate, which... the big one everyone's going to want is a 5x90. That is brilliant, but you then get loads of little celebrations. I quite like that. I'm not going to probably use any of them. I quite like my dab celebration that I got a while ago, but if you guys want to do celebrations, not too bad. Again, you can do most of those in the penalty shootout game mode, apart from the assists, because, of course, you can't assist for penalties. But go and do that if you don't care about the celebrations anyway, because the 5x90 is 100% worth it. And then again, your daily reminder to go and do your daily play, go and do your daily login. You may as well. You get 3x89 at the end of it. Just don't miss any of them, even if it is just on the companion app. You may as well. So overall, SBC content, I'd say average. Objective content, really, really good. Evo content, pretty much brilliant. Not like we got the most meta Evos in the entire world, but the amount of Evos we got yesterday was really, really good. So let me guys walk you through them. We'll try and give you guys some best options as well, but I think we're getting to the point of the game where just Evo the cards you want to Evo. At the end of the day, Evo the card you want to Evo. We got a 200,000 coin, max 96 centre mid Evo, which we spoke about leading up to this yesterday. And basically, yeah, you can put any card into it. I might put my Steven Gerrard into it, because like I said, Liverpool past and present, not the most meta card in the entire game, but I got a 12 playstyle plus Gerrard with 97 dribbling and pretty nice stats around the board. I have seen some brilliant Evos of this, of you guys putting chains in, when we looked at some of them on Discord last night. It pretty much takes any card to a very good level though, right? It's not the card that's going to, or not the Evo that's going to give your card 99 stats, but it takes any of your existing cards to a really high level. I got my Cisse here with 11 playstyles, takes him to a really high level, but he was already at kind of a really high level. And because of that, I'm probably going to use Gerrard, right? It gives my Gerrard a little stat boost, gives him some playstyles, takes him to 98 rated. Of course, gives him the footies design as well, if you want to put more playstyles on the card. It's 200,000 coins. Do I think it's the best Evo of all time? No, but I think it's definitely worth it. And it's sort of, brilliant options. If you go and check FUTBIN popular, FUTGG popular, you can go and see loads of people putting loads of cards into this. I would say with that one, just put whoever you want into it, right? It does really, really nice for pretty much any card. Put whoever you want into it. But the better, well, not maybe the better Evos, but the more interesting Evos for me is that we got Flow State back down the bottom, which is a lovely chain Evo, 4 times repeatable. And if you remember, this was the Evo that EA removed because it gave the Glory Hunters cosmetic when they didn't want it to. They finally brought it back. I think it's 3 or 4 weeks later. And it now doesn't obviously give the Glory Hunters cosmetic and just works as it's meant to as a chain Evo. It gives passing and dribbling. It does give a +1. It gives incisive pass. It's just a nice chain Evo. Look, I can get my Gerrard there to 96 passing, 96 dribbling, and then maybe put him into that 200,000 coin metronome Evo. It's just a chain Evo. They've brought it back. It's 4 times repeatable. Very, very nice because, again, when we jump into the re-release cards that have been brought back out, that is where a lot of people's focus is with the game right now. The funniest Evo in the Evo section itself was Route 1. And if you missed it with Route 1, if I go put it on someone like my Gareth Bale card, right? You see there, he goes to 95 defending. You think, oh, that's pretty funny, right? I'm not going to put Gareth Bale into that. But he also gets given the centre-back position. Now, is Gareth Bale here the best option? No, obviously not. But I think it would be quite funny to give a 95 defending Gareth Bale centre-back. I think you can either make this quite funny Evo and just put someone like Chris Wood at centre-back, give them a massive defending boost. Or, if you really want, you can try and find someone who's maybe a defensive centre-mid, give them some defending stats and actually play it centre-back. Or, of course, you can actually just give it to, if I go back to the top there, and you could actually just give it to a centre-back. I could give it to my Van der Ven. Doesn't really get much of a boost because he already had, great defending. But it's more of a funny Evo, that one. It's not going to be the most meta Evo in the world. I think it's just funny to give a striker centre-back. You guys do what you want with it. I'm probably going to give it to Bale because, again, why not? I'll show you guys some of the most popular Evos on FUTBIN in a minute because, for once more in this game, it's been a while since this has been true. Silver Stars cards fit evolutions once again. Those Silver Stars cards we grinded for months and months ago, finally fit Evos. So we will jump onto that. We'll jump onto FUTBIN. We'll, go through some of the top Evos of the week and what people are looking at with the new re-release cards and the best options are now that they're all really cheap. But as always, everything is in the token store. EA love this token store. It has me scared for FC27. Is this going to be out from the start? Are they going to bring this out earlier? Maybe we'll get a winter wildcard token store next year and they bring it forward to December. I have no idea, but EA seems to love putting all their best content into the token store, and yesterday was no exception. If we go down to the bottom, we got some new evolutions, we got some new cards, if you have missed them. Dinho, Rutter, Richarlison. Some of the cards actually quite nice. Richarlison doesn't look too bad. Like, he's, 5-star, 4-star, not 5-star, 5-star. As always, has 5 different positions, like all the footies cards. 97 shooting. Not the most meta card, but not bad. Rutter, of course, is 5-star, 5-star. All of his cards are 5-star, 5-star. Play him at cam, not the worst, not too bad. But in terms of a meta card, if you were going to take one of these footies options, it'd probably be this Dean Huijsen card. Of course, lengthy, that always matters, lengthy. 92 pace, 97 defending, 95 physical, and he's only 96 rated, which means we should be getting this Dean Huijsen fit in Evos very, very soon when we get that max 96 centre-back Evo, probably within the next week or two, right? We should get that very, very soon. If you are going to take a footies card, I think Dean Huijsen for 100 tokens is not bad at all. But what we're here to talk about is the evolutions. We've got 3 new ones here. We've got the 200 token Evo and then 2 100 token Evos. You'll see this 200 token Evo is being used on loads of chains on FUTBIN and everywhere. And one of the most popular cards I have seen personally, and I think is the best option, is this Cody Gakpo. If you guys used this Path to Glory Gakpo when he first came out, you will know how broken this card is. But you'll probably be saying to yourself, gee, you can't Evo this card. It takes away lengthy from him. No, it doesn't. 94 agility. You give him a chem style, like I think it'll be marksman or maybe it'll be hawk. I'm not sure. Maybe just architect and sniper like normal. And you go back to lengthy. 97 pace, 97 shooting. But they also give him quick step plus. Keeps his playstyles, of course. Just missing pinged is the only thing you wouldn't, really want him to not have. Missing pinged, which is a little bit annoying. You guys know how broken that Gakpo was. This keeps him up to date with the current power curve if you're someone who is still sweating the meta. But before you use that Strike Force Evo, just make sure you understand some of the chains that are going around because loads of them do use that Evo and you only get to use it once. I am pretty sure. Yeah, you only get to use it once and it's 200 tokens. So don't waste that straight away. But I think Gakpo is a brilliant option if you've still got him in the club. But we also got 2 more Evos. I believe this 100 token is not the goalkeeper one. Yeah, this is elite midfielder. Probably the least hyped out of all 3 of them. Again, you can see, gets you a 98 passing stat, gets you some 97 stats as well. Not a bad Evo whatsoever. 100 tokens. Once again, I could use it on my Gerrard card, get him a nice boost there. Not a bad Evo once again. And I do think that if you want to spend 400 tokens on all 3 of these Evos, not a bad option whatsoever. Yes, it's footies, and yes, we were taking packs and player picks all yesterday, but I'll jump into the best options when it comes to packs and player picks. A lot of them were just giving fodder. So the elite midfielder one, probably the least hyped out of the three, but still not a bad little chain evo for some of your central midfielders. The other one, which is maybe not the most hyped, but something we've been missing for a little while, is this 100 token evo here. No way through. And what is it? It is a 97 rated goalkeeper evo, which you can put pretty much any card into, and it makes pretty much any card into the best goalkeeper in the game, or right up there with the best goalkeepers in the game. So if you've got a goalkeeper you have loved throughout this year, their animations and how they actually play, maybe for you it was this Courtois from back in Winter Wildcards, because I know it was for me. He was brilliant, and I think he'll be my option here. He's got no ping pass, he's got no ticky, he's got no, intercept and quick step like people try and put on their goalkeepers. But look at the stats on this Courtois. Every goalkeeping play style down there, he has punch, footwork, rush out, and far reach plus. He is brilliant. Now, again, put this on a goalkeeper if you are taking it, that you just like the look of it. And yes, Guardiola does fit. There is a Kevin Guardiola chain going round if you've somehow got one in your club, because like always, he is extinct. But yeah, we'll jump into FUTBIN and the best Evos going round, the World Tour, Silver Superstars Evos that are going round, some of the best of Evos that are going round. But in terms of FUTTIES token store, because I know some of you guys will be wondering, what is the best thing to take in this token store? And all yesterday on stream, and it looks like the whole community was taking this tradable 5 of 25, 88 plus player pick for 200 tokens. And I still think this is the best option. Did we get any huge FUTTIES pulls out of it? No, not once. But that was pretty much the same with every single pack. The 99 that we got, which I'll come on to, was not in this either, and it wasn't in the token thing. It was in the store section, because that's what most things come into right now, the store section. I still think in the token section, this 200 token pack or player pick for the 5 of 25 is brilliant. It's a bit of dopamine. You get 25 different cards, and if the worst comes to worst, you will get 5 cards that are likely minimum 91 or 92 rated, which I'm not saying we should take fodder right now, but at the end of the day, fodder's still fodder, right? The other ones, in terms of the FUTTIES packs and the FUTTIES player picks, I would say if you're planning on doing any of these, the 5 times FUTTIES, the FUTTIES player pick, and this one over here, the 3 FUTTIES Team 1 players pack, do this one, the tradable 1 of 5 FUTTIES Team 1 player pick. Just from what we've seen yesterday, player picks, absolutely dog on packs in general from what we've seen for FUTTIES. More options, more choice, but also just seems to be giving out better rewards anyway. All the FUTTIES packs we opened were absolutely horrendous, like different levels of horrendous, by the way. We're talking best card being the Isaac Toure, who's 20k. They were different levels of horrendous. I would avoid that. If you really do want to take it, I would take this one here, the 1 of 5 FUTTIES player pick. But to be honest, I think this 5 of 25 is still, at the end of the day, the best option in the FUTTIES token store if you're not taking the Evos or the cards. And then Champs tokens, we got absolutely rinsed on the main account. We opened the 800 token 4 of 8 FUTTIES Team 1 player pick and got absolutely nothing. And then we did load them on SharePlay. And no matter what we opened one of these, the 15 FUTTIES Team 1 players pack. We opened a few more of these, the 4 of 8. We even opened one of these, the 15 times FUTTIES pack. We opened pretty much everything. We even opened a few of the 200 and 300 token player picks and stuff. The general consensus is absolutely nothing in any of them. Getting 98 to 99s from this FUTTIES team seems absolutely impossible. The best of re-release really is where the hype is. No one can pack the Pogba, the Luis Diaz, the Van Dijk, the Pina. It just doesn't seem plausible. It's just really, really hard right now. I would even say, if any of these players tickle your pickle, say you go for a Victor Munoz, for God's sake, the best winger in the Premier League, go and take him. DeMarco, the first ever DeMarco, you can put defensive playstyles on, but of course, he is not lengthy. Or maybe you want Antoine Griezmann for the sort of nostalgia. I would say go and take those. Are they the best players in the game? No, but the actual packs in here were so bad. It was disappointing. I really hope it changes for next week. I hope the weight changes. Let me know, did anyone open something here in the Champs token store and get like a 98 or a 99? Hopefully you got lucky, but honestly, they were so bad. Do not be hyped for Champs tokens if you are going to play Champs this week. But yeah, market, leaks, loads of stuff to talk about. And as you can see, look at this page here. Look at the FUTBIN homepage. There is just loads of hype going around with best of cards, of FUTTIES cards, loads of it. Now, I did say we packed the 99 card, and rather than going on the account, I will bring up this screenshot. Hopefully you can't see my webcam there. That is terrifying. But we did get 99 Ronaldinho. Why do I not seem hyped about it? If you were in the Twitch stream yesterday, you will know. This was on the second account. Do you guys remember a video a week or two ago about buying coins to try and prove to EA that buying coins is less risky than trading? Well, we did it on the account we bought coins on, and I don't really play on that account. We just went over there and we opened the 600k packs in the store just to see what they were like, right? We wanted to test it. Dopamine, Danny Aaron's, Ozio, right? I'm going to be the next one, guys. We went and tested it, and we got 99 Ronaldinho in the second one. It's great, right? 99 Ronaldinho. I will probably test him out on some of the streams, maybe tomorrow in Champs. the stream will try and test this guy out for a game or two. But no, I'm not that hyped about it. It's not on the main account, and I don't really care. And when we talk collection book, how have we not mentioned collection book in today's video already? When we talk collection book, I am not adding him to the collection book because, of course, I didn't get him on the main account. It doesn't count. Yeah, let's work through it. Let's start with the main issue that I'm seeing people talk about. Price ranges are messed. Pretty much, as we expected, every single re-release card, and I do mean every single re-release card, is now at discard price. FOF Mbappe, the most hyped one, discard price. We've got Yamal, UCL for Evos, discard price. Team of the Year Maldini, discard price. But the problem is, some of these discard prices are just way too high, right? If you want to buy a Trophy Titans Hullet, if he had a minimum price range of 10k, I would predict that his price would be around 30 to 50k on the market. That would be his low point, right? He's currently 250k, which means if you go and buy this Hullet for an Evo because you can't pack him, you risk them changing the price range, and if you want to sell him again, you maybe lose 200k on that card. It's such an easy fix. Will EA go and do it? I don't know. Maybe they want the price ranges to stay high so people can't go and buy the best cards on the game for Evos at like discard price. But Suarez, 134k. You guys asking me, will they change the price ranges? I simply don't know. Monday is a big price range day. I would hope it changes before that. We could get changes today. Let's wait and see. But yes, pretty much every single re-release card needs a price range change. We might do a full dedicated video on just the best Evos for re-release cards, like a full 20-minute video jumping into the best chains. But look at the state of some of these cards. Look at that Yamal. Look at this Mbappe going round. 98, 95, 95, 97, 5-star, 4-star. And it's not even that hard of an Evo, just a few chains. And again, even though he's 190k or whatever it is, if you've not packed this Mbappe yet, don't worry, you will pack this Mbappe. He is not hard to pack. I think I've had 2 or 3 on my account. We've seen millions on SharePlay. He's not hard to pack. And the reason people really want him is because he's got Finesse Shot Plus as a base playstyle. He looks absolutely brilliant. Of course, the dynamic images are all great on these re-release cards. There's more Mbappe chains going around. This one looks absolutely brilliant. What is that? Is that a Make Your National Pride Evo? It is. He looks brilliant. But we did mention before, probably the most hyped, World Tour Silver Superstars now for Evolutions again. Now, there is a big thing with this. I would not put them into Evolutions yet. Hopefully, EA realise we're finally in nearly August and they can put these World Tour Silver Superstars in all kinds of Evos. If that is the case, and the main thing is, if it changes the cosmetic of the card, like this one gets a footies cosmetic, you'll see Hullet here. As soon as the cosmetic changes for these World Tour Silver Superstars, you can then put them into any Evo ever because they're not in, they're not counted as a World Tour Silver Superstars. They're now a footies card, or whatever it is, right? What you are waiting for your Hullet, your R9, your Pele, if you've got any of the silver cards, is waiting for a low-rated Evo that changes the cosmetic type of the card. So, for example, a Hullet Evo that would go in from 71, maybe to 80 or 85, somewhere in that range, but changes him to a footies token or footies item, because then he's an 85 rated Hullet, but because he's a footies item, you can then chain him into as many Evos as possible. And trust me, if you think, why is that a big deal when 95 Trophy Titans Hullet is out? When a card, you guys know, is lower rated on this game, it is so much better to chain them from a lower rated card. That's how you get the cards of 98s, 97s, and all stats around the board. And if you can get that on a Hullet card for not free, but, essentially free, or an R9 card, don't forget that R9 silver card, for essentially, again, free, then that would be brilliant. So I wouldn't put your cards into those Evos just yet, but keep an eye. Have you got all the silver cards in your club? Who have you got ready? I've got Hullet. I've got R9. I am ready for those Evos, but I'm going to wait. I'm not going to go and put Hullet straight away into the Metronome, especially because those stats don't look that brilliant, to be honest. And yeah, people are putting Courtois. This is the Glory Hunters one, but people are putting Courtois into the no way through Evo. People know that Courtois is just brilliant on this game. I'm putting my 91 version in, but people are definitely putting that Glory Hunters version in. But you will see. Go and take a peruse through FUTBIN. Go and take a peruse through FUTGG. Find some of the best Evos. Re-release has really changed the way we play the game. Everything now is about the pack grind, the collection book, and then putting those cards into the best Evos. And honestly, I am really loving it. People are hating footies because they can't pack these 99 cards. And you can tell that from the price, by the way. 98 Vidic is still 400,000 coins in a market where Trophy Titans Hullet won't sell. And 99 Ronaldinho is still 4.6 million coins, right? These big end cards, 98s and 99s, are impossible to pack. And yet 97s are pretty much all near discard. Billy is like 89,000 coins. And she is still quite hard to pack, but it's so much easier than the 98s and 99s. In terms of collection books, I know loads of you guys will be doing it, and of course, I recommend everyone does it. It's the best way to play the game. Footies collection book, I'm up to 24 out of 57. How many of you guys got? 24 out of 57 is not too bad, with the best ones being Walker, Kelly, and Maguire. I am really struggling on getting those 97s. I've not even got the Gabriel Jesus. I guess we can tick off him there. Can we tick off Foden as well, if he's down the bottom somewhere? I think I've already ticked off Foden, maybe. We've got the Di Natale there ticked off. Maguire, Kelly, Walker. Honestly, getting those high rated ones is going to be impossible. But the big one for me, this is the one that I'm trying to complete. If I could pick right now between footies and re-release, I would try and complete this best of batch 1. We have got some of the absolute best cards on the entire game, and we've got most of the worst cards in the best of. But I want to complete the full 130 of this before best of batch goes away, and it's my plan to do that on the streams. Make sure you're there. I'm going to try and do it. Hopefully you guys can as well if you're going towards it. If not, I want to at least get over 100, 110, get as close to 130 as possible. That is just the best way to play this game, right? Honestly, it is. Footies is out now. It's pack collection time. Some of you guys are big gameplay guys and you don't really care about the cards and you don't really care about all that good stuff. When it comes to footies, it's card collection. It is. At the end of the day, that is the point of the game. Building crazy teams, building loads of teams, building SBCs, building Evos. Gameplay is kind of secondary, whether you like that or not, but it does go secondary at footies. But let's jump into leaks. We'll finish on market and the prices of some of these 99 Spain cards and pretty much everything crashing. But let's jump into leaks. First of all, not really a leak, but, you know, I'm not saying that Nate's an EA employee, but, you know, I'm just saying. Nate figured out yesterday, or someone in his chat did, I wasn't on the stream, that for the 91 and 92 rated squads of Dinho, there was about 5 to 10 minutes where there was no, if you can see at the bottom there was no rating requirement on the squad, which meant that you could just put bronze and silvers in. So some people got Dinho for literally like free, just put bronze cards in. EA patched this very, very quickly. Some people reckon EA patched it because Nate put a tweet out. I don't think that's the case. But did anyone manage to do that glitch? Did anyone manage to get Dinho for basically free by putting bronze cards in? We did this at like 6, and even we were too late for it. And then before we jump into the actual footy stuff, there's one more thing from FC27 I don't believe me and you guys have spoken about, and that is that icons are getting, confirmed now, downgraded. This is predicted stats, but downgraded for FC27, with EA's hope being that they can bring out more promo icons. Icons can fit Evos sooner. I absolutely hate this. I wanted to bring this up to you guys because I wanted to know if I was the odd one out here. Loads of people are saying it's positive because if you got a 91 Pele, he'll fit Evos sooner. I don't pack Pele at the start of the game and want to put him in Evos. I want to pack Pele, R9 and Maradona and have the absolute best card in the game. And if they're outdated towards the end of the game, they're outdated. That's EA's own fault with playstyles. R9 was only ever outdated because of playstyles. If you guys remember back in the day, and I'm talking like 4 or 5 years ago, if you packed R9 day 1, you were using R9 until pretty much the end of the game because playstyles didn't exist. Yes, he'd fall behind the power curve eventually with stats, but he was still R9. Now with playstyles, you can argue cards like Eusebio are not even usable from day 1 compared to other cards that have Finesse Shot Plus, right? You get what I'm saying? So I think downgrading icons is the wrong way to go about it. The big fix would be keep icons where they are, make them feel special, make heroes feel special, and just get rid of playstyles or change playstyles so that if Eusebio doesn't have Incisive Plus, I can still use him up front for the rest of the game. Does that make sense? To EA, no. To you guys, probably does make sense. But just thought I'd bring it up because that really annoyed me when I saw that leak, and it is confirmed to be happening now. But let's talk footies leaks. So we got first or second 96 rated plus Evo, right wing position. Again, with this, I'm not going to go and jump into best cards. No one is buying cards for Evos right now for leaks and stuff. But I would say, just keep an eye on that. We got a 96 rated right wing position Evo coming. Bale, like I showed before, might fit this. A lot of the cards from re-release, pretty much all the right wingers from re-release are going to fit this if you want to try and chain them as well. Maybe you've got your eyes on some cards already. And some of the footies cards will fit this as well. There's a lot of footies cards that are max 96, and you know, some of them are even 95 rated, for God's sake. Loads of them will fit that as well, but just know that is the footies evolution that is coming very soon. I think it's cool, right? But I'm not going to spend too long looking at individual evolutions, right? We've got loads of them out now with the token store and stuff. The only information we've got on it pretty much is that it can't be a centre-back, gives quick step plus, rapid finesse shot, low driven plus, no idea which order, gives incisive, technical, pinged. I'd go and check some of the re-release players, maybe some of the ones you've already packed in your club, but again, not too bothered. And then in terms of what is coming out with footies, so we've already had Dinho, we've already had Foden. This is the main issue for me. Footies SBCs should be the pinnacle of the game, and I mean the pinnacle. They should be, I've got loads of fodder, I can't wait to go and put it into what's in the SBC section. Dinho and Foden are done now. Most of you guys like me have probably already completed both of them. We've got Sega, Mendy. Obviously, Royce is already out. He's already came in the objective section. Sega looks okay. I will complete that card because it's a cool icon, but is that not the same as a Billy who's 70k on the market? Ferland Mendy's pretty funny. It's a ratty card. He's not lengthy, and sad as that is, I'm not going to use him in game. We're still going to complete him, maybe like a Real Madrid past and present or something, but not that great. Renato Sanchez card, to be honest, might be one of the best ones because they're 96 rated, will fit things like the Metronome Evo, and having a cool Renato Sanchez card actually is pretty nice. The fact he's playing for PSG and Portuguese, you can link him as well if you're really still doing, you know, crazy hybrids or whatever, because even though everything's got fucking maximum chemistry on this game, EA are going to take out chemistry next, by the way. That's my next theory. EA take out chemistry. They've already made every cosmetic give max chemistry. But yeah, Renato Sanchez is coming. He'll be pretty cool if he comes in SBC for, again, Evos, though. Not the base card. The base card stinks. SBCs look so underwhelming this week. I don't know what you guys think, but do you care about literally any of these cards that are set to come? I'm guessing the answer for most people will be no. Why not make footies SBCs broken? I don't get why they don't do that. What they can do to save this, because this wouldn't appear in leaks if it did happen, this always comes out last, is if they did what they did with Cruyff and Zidane, where cards like, even if we go and find, for example, the big one, R9 great to the game. Is this the best card in the entire game right now? Still no. There's 5 playstyle plus icons, but you'd still like this card, right? If EA basically go and put this guy as an SBC, that'll be what saves footies, in my opinion. If not, next weekend for, week 2, week 3 of footies, we just need better content than this. Okay, but what happened to not just the market, the whole state of the game? Well, 99 took an absolute tumble in price, and then as I predicted, I wish I bought these cards just to prove it, but whatever, it happens. 99 took a huge tumble in price at footies and then rebounded. Why did they rebound? Because no one could pack 99s, and these are still... Forget footies, these are still the best cards on the game. So, for example, into 6, 7 p.m. there, you'll see 700k on Ferran Torres, and he's now back at 1 million coins. If you bought that, fair play, GG's. We literally predicted this a couple of days ago, and I didn't buy. I'm absolutely useless sometimes. Same as Lamine Yamal. He's now 1.9 million coins. But yesterday for footies, you will have seen, he went all the way down to 1.5. He's back up 500k. Why? Because he's still the best card in the game, or one of the best cards in the game, being 99 Lamal. And also, people couldn't get the 99 cards. People realized they weren't going to pack 99 Dinho, so these cards shoot back up. It was so obvious this was going to happen, and yeah, look, I'm saying that. I didn't buy these cards. What am I on about? All these cards went right back down, and I've shot right back up in price, but they're still, a lot of them still, in my opinion, are quite cheap if you want to buy these cards and try them out, right? A Yarzabal, a 99 rated striker at 480,000 coins. It's a lot more expensive than some of the other cards on the game, but he's still a 99 rated striker with finesse, rapid, low-driven, incisive. If you're trying to build meta cards, 5-star, 5-star, I'd go and try out cards like this. A Yarzabal, I still think they're too cheap. I think slowly, by the way, over the time, these 99s will start to fall in price again. If you remember last year, we started to get better and better and better and better and better and better player picks. And these cards will very soon start to be included in guaranteed player picks, I would say within a week or so. So I wouldn't say hold these cards long term, but I do think there was a good opportunity last night to buy them in the bottom and probably sell them now. If you still got some of these cards, yes, I would sell them now. And they could do a little bit, they could maybe go a little bit higher into the rest of the weekend. But I think after that, with more content coming, more footies cards coming, more best of leaks coming, they'll then start to crash again. In terms of footies cards on the market, it's exactly what I said to you guys before. Everything below a 97 is literally discard, like almost certainly discard. You've got a few 97s that are holding a bit of price. Kyle Walker's 150k, holding a little bit of price. And then you've got 99s and 98s just being really, really expensive. And that's all to do with pack weight, right? You can't pack these 99 cards. You can't pack these 98 cards. Luis Diaz, 800,000 coins. To be honest, for him in particular, I think that's probably a little bit underpriced. 830,000 coins is quite a lot, but look at that card. Fully customizable, 5-star, 5-star, can play striker and both wings. Probably one of the best cards in the entire game. He's maybe underpriced, but in general, a lot of these cards, Pogba 1.5, Valverde 1.2, and then you've got cards like Jesus being 70k. It is quite funny. It's all to do with pack weight, and I imagine pretty much every footies team will be the same until the last 2 weeks when we start getting guaranteed 99 SBCs. Because when we get to the last few weeks of footies, yes, we get unlimited 85 times 10s. EA start to do things like, minimum 97 plus player picks, minimum 98 plus player picks, and they'll include those Spain 99 cards as well as footies cards. And that's when things just get a little bit bonkers and everything starts crashing in price. As we said before with best of cards, they're pretty much all discard. We will be getting a lazy list going in the Discord like normal. It'll be the footies cards, it'll be some of these best of cards, but we're trying to wait for the price ranges to get lowered on some of those cards, but they will be brilliant to lazy sell. If you do want to start lazy selling some of these cards and you don't want to wait for the Discord list, what I would say is pick the cheap footies cards that'll have hype. For example, Torre, buy at 14, sell at 19 to 20. It'll work, I guarantee you. And do it with some of these cards that are the most hyped for Evos. So Yamal and Mbappe. Me personally, I would wait for these cards to have a price range lowered. So Mbappe hopefully gets, a price range lowered to like 50k or something. Will EA do that soon? I have no idea. Same with Yamal. Will they do it soon? I don't know. But the lazy list will consist of the footies cards, the best of cards, and we will be posting that in the Discord if you want to get in there. And in general, what will be really, really nice is bids. People mass bidded yesterday on the stream and told me they were making hundreds of thousands of coins. Mass bidding on special cards, mass bidding on gold fodder cards that still sell, because fodder, believe it or not, well, at least some of the fodder is still holding some value. All the ones from 99s and 90s upwards are still holding value, and then obviously you see all the special cards at discard there. But cards like Rodri and Haaland, when we get big pack supply, they were still working pretty nice for mass bids if you want to make some coins on those. And the special cards work pretty decent on bids as well. The problem being now that you can't really go bid on a Suarez card, again, because he's minimum price. All of it kind of leads to price ranges needing to be updated. But if they do get updated, keep an eye on bids. If Suarez got updated and he was still then selling for like 50, 60,000 coins, right, not at his minimum price, you could then go and get some bids, lazy sell him, and there'll be some brilliant opportunities there to make coins on some of these cards that people are really wanting for Evos. But in general, boys, what is everyone's team looking like? What is the best card you have packed? You can see there, I've got Team of the Year Pure, Team of the Year Haaland, some of the absolute best of cards, loads of footies cards, but none of the good ones apart from Dinho on the other account. So what have you guys packed? Anything decent? I hope you are enjoying footies. I am quite liking it. We will be getting pack grinds up across the next few weeks. Make sure you subscribe for that. There's just nothing crazy out right now. Make sure you're doing the collection book as well. We'll be talking about that on the Twitch stream tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK. Get yourself there. But yeah, boys, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you all in a bizzle.